about time I dipped my hand in my pocket and spent some money, isn't it? Sitting before you here is a Ford Capri, a 1986 1.6 laser Ford Capri. I bought this car on eBay completely without seeing it. I was just sitting there one night and I thought, do you know what? Now's the time. Bid, 3 seconds to go, bid, win. Great. Then I went to go and pick the car up and I was like, oh God, what have I done? It's okay though. I mean, it's all right. There's a couple of bits on it here and there, you know, but overall, I'm very, very happy with my purchase. And there's a few reasons why, and we'll go into those shortly. The whole task today though, or for the rest of this week, is to try and get this thing up and running and driving. That would be the dream for me. Let's see if we can get this thing running and driving, cleaned up a bit, and then give it a spin round. That'd be great. So how come this sort of beautiful British iconic coupe has ended up in this state of disrepair? Well, I bought it from a family in Staley Bridge, and this car was sat on their driveway with several other cars for 25 years. 1999 was the last time that this thing was on the road, which is a long time ago, you know, and a lot could happen to the condition of a car in those years. But I'm told back in the day, when this thing was last on the road, it was a very beloved car, and the family would take it off down to Cornwall for the weekend, and a lot of good memories were had in it, you know. But the gentleman that owned it, age got in the way. It was parked up along with, he had a bit of a car collection, old Jags, you know, things like that. And it just sort of sat on his driveway. And there was various attempts to do bits over the years, but then it just sort of all ground to a halt, and there it sat. I can see through the window, there's quite a lot of items in there. I don't know what any of them are, so I'm looking forward to getting stuck into this. I've not really had a chance to look round it properly, but I have noticed a couple of things. One of which is that it's done a genuine 36,000 miles. Not 136,000 miles, a genuine 36,000 miles. You can tell from a few things, but mainly I've got the service history. I've got the old MOTs, all from pre-1999, when it was last on the road, and it all checks out. I think once this thing's back on the road properly, it will be a bit of a gem. So the first thing I noticed when I went to sort of pick this car up was this socket that's been smashed over one of the wheel studs, one of the wheel bolts, and these things, and the Ford nuts that are different nuts all on there as well, all different nuts on there too. And then yeah, on the front, more sort of, you know, this is going to be a nightmare, isn't it? I have just noticed that though. Look at that caliper there, still silver. Very interesting. Euro Master tyres. This one is holding air. The rest, yeah, not so much. Look at these. Been on there for some time, haven't they? Do you reckon they'll go again? Will they work again once more? Look inside here though. It's going to need a serious clean, this thing. Can't wait to get in it and have a look at what we've got. Loads of spares in the back. Don't know what any of it is. Arch looks okay. Again, down there. That wing's got a bit at the bottom. A lot of, you know, Capris did sort of, they had rust. Rust was a thing with Capris and most Fords. You know, they're not like the amazingly solid Rovers we usually do. Tailgate looks really nice though. These bits of the tailgate though, not so much. I remember when we picked the car up, we had a bit of a job sort of getting the tailgate to sort of stay where it was. So we tied a rope around it to make sure it didn't fall off on the trailer. But look at the spoiler. That'll clean up really well, won't it, you know? Really smart. 1.6 laser. Laser was the top spec in these things. And the 1.6, obviously the fastest one that you could get. Okay, maybe it's the other way around. This was the base spec with the slowest engine. 74 horsepower when it was new, this thing, allegedly. And the laser, well, it was just it was a sort of you getting on the road, you know. It had all the stuff that you needed, sporty seats and things. I think there might have been a model under this, but I think at this year, 1986, being the last year that they made the Capri, there was no more Capris after 1986, and there's rumours of that horrible new one that's coming out that's just, why is everything a bloody SUV 4x4? What's going on there? Anyway, I think at that point, this is pretty much what they were knocking out. And then you had the higher spec models above it and the bigger engines and stuff. This car, though, being what it is, I'm not too worried about this engine. And there's a couple of reasons why, which we'll get into shortly. Right then, I'm going to try and find the keys. They're in one of the cars somewhere. And then we're going to have a look inside it. And while I'm doing that, have a look at what the car was like and where it was laying for all those years. Yeah, 100 if it's going. I always need covers. So here we go, a black Capri laser.
I think that's a fairly new exhaust as well on there.
Looks all right, doesn't it?
Saw that on the
She's a bit scabby in places.
Did he use a much
No, I don't. He used to just put her about in it when it was on the road.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I've got to be honest. I drove it to Cornwall with my daughter.
I used to drive it when he was in the army. So when I came home off leave.
Brilliant.
I used to potter about
Yeah.
it, but I could never see the end of the bonnet.
On the trailer, ready to head for home. Two keys that you need for this. You've got the key for the car itself, and then this shaped key, which you use to untie that rope. Now, I don't know what we're going to find in here because I never went in this bonnet because Rob came with me. This bonnet, oh my God, has that snapped? This boot, because Rob came with me when I picked it up and he tied the string. Where shall I put those? Let's put them there. Okay. That hinge is completely snapped. Come on, back in there, you bastard, come on. Do these work? Oh, Jesus Christ. Come on. Why are you being like this? Come on, let's be friends. Why do I keep calling it the bonnet? Oh, God. Oh. Okay. That's fine. Where shall I put this, though? I want to have a look under the carpet. There's carpet everywhere. Am I going to be safe under there? Maybe. That is probably worth about £10,000. That is a full Ford Capri parcel shelf without any 6x9 holes cut in it. Oh yes, look at that. What a bit of kit. Let's keep that. We'll I don't know, put that in a museum. Ugh. We used to cut speaker holes in these things. In your countries, what speakers did you cut? If you're in America, did you used to cut 6x9 holes in things? It's a big thing over here. What's this? Carpet? Is the carpet missing out of it somewhere? Okay, just pop that there. Is that from the inside? I guess we're going to find out. And then you got this. Okay. Get these annoying things out of the way. So not one exceptionally good condition boot mat, but two exceptionally good condition boot mats. What are we in for here? Oh my God. Oh wow. Now we're talking. Oh look, we're washer bottle set up in the boot. How cool. All right, we are on to something here, boys. Look at this. And girls, of course. That's, I don't know what that used to be, but it's not one anymore. Oh, thank God, right, that's still all solid there. That's all solid. Look at these things. Oh, it's to hold like the jack down if there was one. Oh, dead smart. Full size alloy. No air in that one either, for God's sake. Why haven't we got any air in anything? Let's get it out and have a look. Oh. Come on the boys and girls. That is a rust-free spare wheel well. Come on! Now look, this isn't my first rodeo with a Capri. I used to have a Capri. I had a 2-litre laser back in when I was 20. So that would have been a long time ago. So yeah, I've had one before, and I did a big restoration on that when I had it. And I sold it for far too cheap. Sold it for next to nothing, regretted it constantly ever since, which is why I've desperately wanted another one to put my own stamp on and to make nice and to use and to keep, you know. That's the main thing. And the mileage in this car, looking at what we've just seen and what we've witnessed and what's, you know, looking at all the plastics, looking at everything, the backs of the seats, you know, all this sort of stuff here, mileage wise, you know, I'm totally happy with it. Totally happy with it mileage wise. You know, just round here and stuff. There's just things you can tell, you know. Right, what have we got in store for us in here? Oh my God, the door lock works. That is incredible. So far, I think everything works off the 1K. Another mileage sign. Because sometimes you've got one key for the doors, one key for the boot, one key for the ignition, you know. Ooh, I'll check under these first. Something furry brushed against me. Ooh. Okay. Wowee. That is some age coming out of there. Oh, it's sour. Oh. Sort of smells like, do you remember when you were a kid and you found porn mags in a bush? Kind of smells like that. The things I'm really sort of interested in when I look for a car like this, because most cars like this are going to need some sort of restoration. There's things you can buy, there's things you can't buy. For example, for this car, brand new wise, you can get these door handle surrounds, and that's it. So if you haven't got one of these in good condition, you've got problems, you know, because where are you going to get these from? You have to look for second-hand ones. Fords are expensive, you know, so you're looking for this sort of stuff. This is what, you know, see these plastic bits that go along here? That's nice, isn't it? Look how good condition that is, you know. There's a little bit of crust in there, starting to form maybe. Could be worse though. What's this pipe for? Why is the pipes everywhere? Why is half the dashboard in a million pieces? Interesting. Is that going to be for good reasons? I don't think so. Headlining wise, the sunroof headlining bit looks slightly worse for wear, potentially repairable. Looks like it's just come out at the back. Rest of the headlining though, not bad. Maybe a little clean and it would come up. You know, these pillars here, everything, sun visor. Oh God, yeah. Thing's practically immaculate. Oh yeah, apart from this bit, looks like someone's died in it and they've just sort of been left. Oh, might have to get a tetanus. What's this? Is that a Capri? That's a Capri front bumper or rear bumper. What that's doing there. Do we need one? Maybe we do. That one's quite bent though, but still. Centre console and everything. I don't want to touch any of this, it's pretty gross. Works though. How good. We'll talk about that stick in the middle a little bit later. It works, everything works. Look at all this. You know, some things are concerning, aren't they, that you see in cars, and that's one of them. Above, the sunroof looks quite nice. You've got a couple of little bits starting there, but there's no major rot around the sunroof, and that's one thing that these old Fords like to do. Yeah, come on. Again, quite a successful looking door card there. Bodes well for the future. And again, looking at miles, let's start looking at some proper stuff. I've been around a lot of Fords. They don't wear particularly well. 36,000 miles right there. Steering wheel. You know, you're looking at all the bits, aren't you? God, it's a nice wheel. So good. Needs a bit of a clean. Gear stick top. These bits, you know, it's all signs, isn't it? And yeah, looks pretty good. Oh God, not 36, but 32,000 miles. Oh yes, come on. But yeah, I've got every MOT from before this was taken off the road as well. What's this? Got lights. Boot. This, more carpet. So I was told, and I've just noticed this carpet's undone, there's a big hole under this bit of the floor. Oh, okay, there it is. I mean, as far as big holes go though, it's not the worst, is it? I would call that a medium-sized hole. Average-sized hole. Interesting, looks like where water's sort of pooled up, but whatever. Don't know what the rest of the car's like, but if we do get it running and driving, we can take it inside, put it on the ramp and have a good scan underneath. We've got a lot of stuff unplugged and wires, and there's just things going on everywhere, isn't there? I don't know why. Are we going to have any problems trying to get this thing to run? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Underneath there should be 3 pedals. But I guess we'll work that out in a bit. I can't see that though. Oh, I can also see this. Oh yeah, bit crusty. Needs a bit of a A-pillar repair. Or you just cut that out and leave it, because look, there's stuff there. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Great. Oh God. Lots of welding. Love welding. Dash top looks in really good condition. I don't know if he's cracked like Sierras and stuff, but it does look in really good condition. Anyway, let's pull this. Oh, it worked. And the bonnet came up. Come on. Don't pull that too hard. It's lost a little bit of its strength. Somehow. Oh, there you go. Oh, God. It's raining, look. But not water. It's raining bits of bonnet. A Pinto engine. Let me just, give me a minute, let me just breathe it in, okay? Not the rust and the chlamydia, but this bit. My attention is immediately drawn to the fact that it looks complete-ish, considering how many parts are in the back. There's new Jubilee clips on things, so maybe some of the spares were just put on as spares. Is that brake fluid? Please be brake fluid. Please be brake fluid. Oh my God, it's full of brake fluid. Please have brakes. What is that? There's something strapped to the bottom of this car. Not like a bomb or anything, but there's something down there. Okay, I mean that's dry as a bone. That's cool. You know, you'd expect so though, wouldn't you? What does that do? Cam belt is on. Fan belt is on. There's an alternator there. Engine bay. Another interesting place that Capris go is along here, and this one looks pretty solid. Could do with a patch over there by the looks of it, but what's that pipe for? No power steering. Just seeing sort of like options wise if there was anything added on to this car, but doesn't look like it. Yeah, so sort of up here is, it's not the best. I mean, you could just cut this lip down to there and then just send it, couldn't you? But, you know, let's see if we can find a good one, which you definitely can't. My old Capri, the bonnet was so knackered I ended up buying one, but I bought a fiberglass one. They do fiberglass reproductions. The only problem with it was, you could tell it was a fiberglass reproduction from about a mile away, and it looked shocking. But anyway, it got me back on the road. We've got a chassis plate. Real nice. And this should be some numbers down there somewhere which will tell us the size of this, but I'm pretty sure it is going to be the original engine, the 1.6 Pinto. Pinto engines are great. Pinto engines are a bit of a thing over here in the UK. If you're watching this in another country, you know, this is a very old sort of 4-cylinder little engine, and people can get 200 horsepower, 300 horsepower out of these things. There's a guy that I follow on Facebook called Harry's, like Harry's Tuning, and he does like fast forward stuff, and he breathes on these in some magical ways, and the sound of them and the noise of them, and they scream. They're great little engines. That looks a little bit off there. Okay, some oil and stuff, but yeah, look, these, you know, the tops, look at that sticker, it's all on there. You know, doesn't look too bad. Looks like with a clean up it's going to come up exceptionally well. The only bad bit I've seen, it's starting to go in that corner there, but you see that bit there? Definitely wants a little plate over that, doesn't it? Maybe. Coil and everything. What kind of battery terminals are those? Where am I going to find that from? Why does it all look so weird? Why has that got chocky blocks on it as well? Has it been... Oh, I hope it's not got any crazy ignition on it or anything. Should we have a little look while we're here? No, we are on points. That's nice. That's nice to see. This was a wonderful thing to see, though. Look at that. Look how clean it is. Again, mileage, you know, 32,000 miles. Lots of all this going on, isn't there? Lots of them lurking round. Does it have anywhere oil would be? Oh, okay. We've got loads of oil. Whoa. Whoa, that smells like 1 horsepower for every week of the year. Bloody hell, but it's got oil all the way up to the maximum level. The brake lines and stuff, it's got potential, this thing, hasn't it? What do you want to do now? Should we go home? Or should we stick 12 volts up to this thing and see if it bursts into flames because of all that wiring under the dashboard? Okay, here we go. Here's one I found earlier. I was looking for a battery, and mad, there was just one in that car over there, just sitting there. Weird. I had to unbolt it and stuff, but yeah, mad. Right, I'm going to have to change these, aren't I? Because how do they fit on there? I might just whack a couple of new terminals on those. What do you think? It's probably a better idea, isn't it? Should we do that? This plastic is a bit brittle and old and doesn't want to come off. Oh, Christ, come on. Come on. Trying to do a car show. Oh, there goes one bit. And another. God, it's stuck in there. Sort of melted itself onto all of the wires. Bodes well for what's lurking for us, doesn't it? Ah. Oh. Success. Okay, posi. Screwdriver. How well do you reckon this thing's going to start then? Are we just going to be like... Is it just going to fire into life? Does it even turn over? Why didn't I check if it turns over? Oh no, come on. It's got oil in it. Please, please don't be seized. Please don't be seized. Nice. Okay, so leave that one there for the second. It's now too short. Just give me some slack. Okay, that's fine. We can move the battery more that way. And then this one. This one's got 2 bits to push into the thing. That's not annoying, is it? That's very short as well. Is there another way to do this maybe? Yeah, there is. A much more simpler way. Are you ready for my genius? And then, oh, why too small? Nice. So now hopefully slot that on there. So clever. Look at the time I'm saving. Okay, so now before I even check to see what happens power-wise, I wonder if this engine's going to turn over. Oh, well, that's not going to fucking help us, is it? Right, so what size bolt is that, and how am I going to get on there? Okay, right. Right, come on, baby, please. Oh, our Lord and Saviour is smiling upon us today. JC. Jeremy Clarkson. Okay. What's it look like under here? God, that engine turned over well. Come on, you beautiful thing. You beautiful rusty old Ford. Why is this so hard to get out? Oh my God. Oh, yeah, cool. Smells like mayonnaise. What else can we try while we're here? Turns over. Should we take this thing off and have a little look inside there? I don't think anything will have crawled in there, but we could try. This isn't in America. That we don't have those. Do they call them dirt daubers? What is that? If you're American, I keep watching Jennings Motorsport starting stuff, and he has dirt daubers pull dirt into engines. What is that? Can you tell us in the comments? Nice. Oh, cool. Is that free? Yep. I can hear vacuum and stuff. Oh, nice. What the hell is that, though? I've never looked at one of these before. What is it? Why is there so many pipes and things? What kind of machinery is this? Looks pretty cool, though. I wonder if it'll work. What about fuel? Is that a mechanical fuel pump? Looks like it, yeah. Got a mechanical fuel pump there. And it goes to here. Maybe we should unplug that just in case there's anything sad in the tank. Let's do it. Dismantling instead of Fixing. Okay. It just moved but didn't come off. Okay. Ooh, tidy up. Yes. 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 Oh. Very nice. Keep your eye on that, see if anything comes out when we try and turn this thing over. But before we do, are we ready to connect the battery up? I'll watch this bit, if you watch that bit in there, okay? Here we go. If you see any smoke, keep it to yourself. No, let me know. If you see any smoke, move that forward a bit. And let's just tighten that up first. Just want to get a nice seal on this negative because of our shady way of connecting it all together. Nice. Okay, right, so we're on. No sparks, so that means it's not trying to draw loads of current from anywhere. Just torque this down. Perfect. Key. Battery connected. What have we got ourselves into here? Can I put this seat back, do you think? Do you think that's allowed? Okay, maybe not. Oh, there's a socket down there. Right, steering lock. Steering lock's off. Right, let's get a better view here. Can we see? Come on, let's have lights or something. Nope. No. Completely dead. Oh, why? Don't want to do wiring things. Is this why the car was parked up? Has it got a horrendous wiring fault? Oh no. I wonder if it's getting any power to anything. Have we got headlights? Oh. It's not looking very promising, is it? What's this down here then? So got some sort of, what's this massive looking chunk of wires there? What does that do? Just, is that like a dimmer switch? No idea. Oh God. Okay. All the pedals are up there, that's a good start, isn't it? Just trying to see if there's any sort of hidden, you know, some people put little cut-off switches and stuff in things. What's all that there? Ciggy lighter. What's all that there? There's a tiny little toggle switch someone's put on there with some stuff. What about now? Nope. Yeah. Nothing. Nil point. Have we been chewed? Any mouse action on any wires? Has anything been... They all look like they're... I like these old fuses because you can see them completely. You can see exactly what... There's a spark plug there. Why? It's got spark plugs in it. Okay. Where does that positive go there? Down to the starter motor. Yeah, I can see that. And it's got other... And then the power comes... That's weird. It's one big power to the starter motor and then the rest of the car doesn't split off anywhere. Is there another ignition cable? Another cable we're completely missing? Where does the rest of the car get its power from? What's that do? Is that it for the rest of the car? Oh! Oh my god! Oh my god, stuff moved. The windscreen wipers just tried to move. Don't tell me that tiny little wire is where the entire rest of the car gets its power from. That. There's no way. There's just absolutely no way. Oh my god, she's come to life. Right. Okay. I've just removed... well, I've just turned the ignition off. And now we're going to attach this little cable here. Just doesn't strike me as big enough. I mean, look, what's it got to do? It's got to do all the lights and everything it's got to do. Let's try this again. Okay, come on. Right, they're going. How to stop. Okay, I've stopped them. I can see red lights. Is it fluctuating or is that just me? No. How'd you stop the windscreen wipers? Right, I think that's them. Does the horn work? Nope. Ugh. What about these lights? Should we have a look? Has she got any fire in her eyes? Oh, one eye is illuminated. The illuminated eye. Oh, come on, baby. You've got signs of life. I believe in you. Both rear lights. Come on, Capri. You can do this. You can do this. Look, I know you've been asleep for 25 years and you were quite comfortable under your nice cover, but it's time to come back to life. Those roundabouts aren't going to go sideways round themselves, are they? I can't believe the wipers work, because that's a turn up for the books. What about the spray? Nope. Okay. Anything else? I don't want to try this because it's got pure, dangerous... Whoa! I heard it working. The rear wiper works. Oh, and the rear demister. Oh my god, this car's practically ready for its MOT. I don't want to do anything else. I don't want to touch anything else. Can I touch the pedals? No. Is it in gear? I don't think so. Oh. We'll talk about this gearbox later on. Type 9. It's a bit of a thing in the Ford world. I'm going to attempt to turn this car over now on the start motor. Pray for me. That turned over and sounded amazing. God. Right, we need some fuel and we need some spark. Where do we get them from? Pull that out the way so you can see. Okay, you're looking for a spark in there. I'm going to turn the engine over. You tell me if you see any little flashes there. And pray. Did you see anything? Was anything there? Oh my god, it's just petrol everywhere. This fuel has just spewed out of there. What's it smell like? Oh, it does not smell good. Let's try and catch some of it in a bottle maybe. I've just watched it back and I couldn't see a spark, so I'll get the multimeter as well. And we'll see if we've got any connectivity. It might just want a little clean up. I'm excited for the future. What's the future going to hold for us? Right, ignition is on. Let's see what we're working with here, you know? Okay. Because do you remember these chocky blocks? I've also put a little bottle down there connected to the fuel pipe, and we'll catch some of that fuel just out of interest. I think it's going to be absolutely rats, but we'll try and find some. Ignition on. We've got 12 volts to the coil, and if we follow that back, it goes down there. Wiring's good, and we're going through whatever this thing is. Some sort of it just looks like a mount, and we've got power to the coil, so maybe those points just need a little bit of a clean. I might give this rotor arm and dizzy cap a little clean up while I'm there as well. So let me do that and I'll get back to you. I've cleaned everything up and I've caught some of this fuel. First thing to note, no bits, okay? No bits at all. So the fuel tank I think is good, which is exceptionally good news. That's what's come out of it, and it just looks great. Doesn't taste particularly well, but it's a bit thick, like a milkshake. But yeah, maybe with just, you know, you drain it all and then you put fresh fuel in it and it'll go. Incredible. Now I wonder if we've got spark. Can you have a look for me again? Annoyingly, I can't tell on the camera if we've got a spark or not, but if I put the little doohickey in there and match them together, see that? We did get a spark, so I know there's power going to these points, but I just couldn't work out whether or not we got a spark from the video because it just wasn't clear enough. Get a better camera, Ben. Jesus, come on. So let's put that back on there. Did that go around the right way? Can it only go on one way? Yeah, that's fine. No spark. Was that even reaching down there? Oh, what a moron. I've not put the dizzy cap back on. I'm an idiot. Which way does that go on then? Now we might stand a chance of seeing a spark. Is that plugged in all the way? It doesn't feel like it. Right then, you blithering idiot. Try that again. It's a bit dirty under here, isn't it? A bit greasy. Okay. That makes a connection. Come on! We've got a spark! Decent enough spark, I would have said as well. What we need now is petrol. I bought this machine off of the internet the other day. Maybe I won't use that, it might fall through. Let's put it in there. Nice. And it is essentially just a gravity-fed fuel thing. Now hopefully, there you go. When you turn the tap, fuel comes out of it. It's pretty much all there is to it, but I know this fuel's good in there, so I just put a hose on that, and a hose on that, attach it, and I can control the fuel flow. And hopefully it's going to be enough to fill the bowl. Doesn't look like a particularly big PSI pump that it needs or anything, so I'm hoping this will work. But I've never used it before, and it looks quite cool, so let's try it. What I might do first though, you just cheat a little bit, fill that up, look at that. Let's just hydrolock the engine with fuel, cool. We've now got a fuel supply, but I also heard it just then fill up the bowl thing. Or at least something happened that made a noise. What we're going to attempt to do now is to start this car that hasn't ran in 25 years. What do you think? Do you reckon it'll work? Can't see why not? Why wouldn't it? It's got all the three things that you need. There's air everywhere. Let's give it a go. Here it goes. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on, you're almost there. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on, you're almost there. Come on. Oh, so close. It wants to go. Come on. No throttle. I just want to let it go. Let it do its thing. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. You're nearly idling there. I saw it. I just want to check something. I remember from this, when I did the Mercedes 190e years ago. Okay, I was just checking the exhaust because it's at a bit of an angle and I didn't want it to be full of any full of any items that might block progress. Come on, baby, let's just have a little idle. I'll give you a tiny bit of throttle if you want. Come on! Oh, it's fuel running out. Oh my god. God, you beauty. I'll give you a tiny bit of throttle if you want. Oh, listen to that. Wow, this thing just burst into life, and also there is fuel flowing out of it at a rate of knots. It's filled that bottle up so fast. Oh my god, I don't know. I'm in shock. Fresh fuel, cleaner the spark, bit of everything else, and she's running, man. This wants to live. Welcome home. Welcome to your new home. Just for comparison, look at the colour of the two fuels. This is 25-year-old fuel from the tank, and that's new stuff there. Crazy. It's almost lost all of its sort of burny smell, but I am interested to know how much fuel's in there. Could I pump it all out into something big and then just fill the tank? I think that's the best way to go, isn't it? Just find a big container, big mop bucket or something, a few big 5-litre tubs, and we'll run it off this and we'll pump all the fuel out until it's dry, and then we'll put fresh fuel in it. It runs! I need to put some water in this thing, some coolant and stuff, and then we're going to run it for a bit longer and see what happens. I mean, this is one of those things, isn't it? When I'm buying stuff on eBay, on the internet, I'm making informed decisions. I'm looking at the service history, I'm looking at the condition of things, I'm paying close attention to pictures of the engine bay. Has anything been messed with? Does it look original, you know? And it pays off when you get an engine that just fires into life like that. So pleased. This is amazing. I can't wait to see if this thing moves. It's going to need some air in those tyres though, isn't it? Right, I think these take the red coolant. So anyway, let's put some of this blue stuff in. It's all the same, isn't it? I don't know why there's two different colours. Just so they can sell you more stuff, I think, isn't it? It's all the same, isn't it? It's just like a bit of food colouring in the water. Come on then, baby. Oil's good, everything's good. And this beautiful little Pinto, this 1.6 Pinto, is just idling over. It's on choke. It's just carrying on as though it was just ran yesterday. 25 years since this thing was last running. 25 years. And it's just listen to it. These engines are brilliant, absolutely brilliant. They're dynamite things, I love them. Right, let's let it just get some heat into it and we'll see what happens. Sounds so good. We could do with bolting this back down, I think, just to make it a bit more betterer. I haven't checked what the air filter's like, but might do that in a second. Just keep your eye on that thing down there as well, make sure it doesn't flood with fuel everywhere. What have we got coming out the exhaust then? Sounds so good. Oh man alive. Still not spewing out of that jug yet, but might be getting close. Don't know how much fuel was in there. Listen to how sweet it is. It's so sweet. Oh my god, the rev counter's working. Oil pressure's working, look at it. It looks great. Anything else working? I don't know if the fuel or the temperature's working because we don't know how much fuel's in it, but it's not moved. Oh wow. I am absolutely in love. What am I going to do about all this though? Is that cracked or is it just in two pieces? I've got to get... How am I going to get my legs in there? Power steering's not working. Oh yeah, it hasn't got me. Right, it's heating up a bit now. And the idle's just dropped, so that means that whole little choke circuit in there is working. Which is impressive in itself, isn't it? Very impressive. I don't want to rev it up yet, just because I want to see, I don't want to spill loads of fuel everywhere, but it all sounds, everything's moving properly, it all sounds so good. Something needs a bit of lubrication, I think, but nothing too bad. I wonder if the battery's charging. The battery's even charging. We've got an alternator that works. Oh my god, we are spoilt today, aren't we? I've just realised that over there is the expansion tank, isn't it, for the radiator? And I've switched it off because I'm just sort of, it all seems to be going okay, but I want to try and squeeze myself in here somehow. I can't get the seat to go back. Why is it always like that? Why not leave it all the way back, not all the way forward? What a pain. What's this? Apart from huge amounts of cobwebs. Worrying. Okay. Other stuff. Lots of things and items. Don't know if this was... They said a lot of the stuff in this car might not have been for this car either. It was just a bit of a storage place. Just chucking a little random screw into this bit of plastic to hold it up and away from the pedals. And I found this big button, which is sounding like indicator things. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's working. 5, 6. Should we just drive it straight down for an MOT then, or what? I still can't get this bloody chair back. Come on, I've got to get in it to try it, I think. Oh god. Just go. Oh, whoa, what was that? Oh, it's headlining. Stay there. Ford Capri. Shall I clean it? Maybe I should. Should we see if it moves though? Maybe we should do that. These have got a great driving position, you know. Sideways. So this gearbox then, what's the big deal? Well, this is a Type 9 Ford gearbox. It's a 5-speed. The 5-speeds I think came in these after 1983 as standard. Before that was a 4-speed. This gearbox, firstly, it's a great gearbox. Secondly, it will bolt to loads of good stuff. And that might be something we think about in the future. There's a lot of big conversions that go on with Capris and Escorts and Cortinas and all that sort of good stuff, where they put 2-litre black tops or silver tops or 1.8 black tops and stuff, or Focus ST170 engines. The ST170, as the name suggests, is 170 horsepower, and you can buy so much stuff off the shelf to be able to bolt one of those into this car. This gearbox fits straight onto it. You have to change the sump and a few other bits, electronics and stuff, but you can have 170 horsepower Capri for not loads of money. A couple of grand maybe, you know, with all the bits, depending on what you do. You could do it really, really cheap if you know what you're doing, but as I don't, I probably will have to spend a bit more money. But yeah, I mean, let's just, you know, let's concentrate on a lot of other stuff at the moment. That could be well far into the future. Do these windows work? Of course they work. It's a Ford. Okay, well, it only goes to there, but that's enough. I don't want to try the sunroof because I'm worried about what's lurking up there. Is anything going to fall down on me? No. Okay, we've got a sun visor. Nice. Just needs a little wipe down. Don't know how long these are going to stay up for, but I guess we're going to find out. We have inflation in one corner. I can already hear this one leaking. I can hear air coming out of it somewhere. Valve's a bit crappy. Do you think this will go again? Do you think? That's only superficial, that, isn't it? Maybe not. Maybe we might have to put some new tyres on it, which would involve taking the wheels off, of course, and that doesn't look particularly straightforward, does it? Oh, look at that thing there. Where's it going? Yeah, baby. This one looks even better, doesn't it? Look at all that bit there. Can't wait for this to explode in my face. I can hear air coming out of several of these tyres at a rate of knots. Okay. Whoa. I just put my foot on the clutch then without even thinking about it, and it feels like a clutch pedal. Okay, what about the brakes? Are we going to pop anything? I mean, I'm not going to press too hard, but there's a brake pedal there. Okay. Will it run? First gear, handbrake off. Imagine my surprise. Okay, the first thing to note is the clutch pedal is right at the top. I've got the feeling the old boy that owned this car was a bit of a clutch rider. That tyre's almost gone flat already. This is far from ideal. Maybe we just take it round the yard once or something. Let's rejig the fuel and then we'll spin it round the yard. Now, I've established that the fuel tank is empty and I've got some fuel in this boat tank here, so let's attempt to pour that in. This is going to be easy, isn't it? Okay. Okay. Jesus Christ. Who knew a massively unwieldy fuel tank would be difficult to hold up. Ah, it's stuck in there or something. Sun's out though, it's nice, isn't it? So it doesn't create a spark and set me on fire because I'm now completely covered in petrol. Right, I've reconnected the original fuel supply and that tyre over there has now gone completely flat. So we'll pump it up again, put the camera up, move the Discovery, and let's go for a spin. Can't be too long because that tyre's going to go flat any second. But look at this for a maiden voyage, can you believe it? It's a little bit stuttery, but that's a second gear. Come on. I haven't checked the brakes yet, but it's a bank holiday so there's nobody around, so maybe we don't need brakes. Speedo works. Come on. Oh, yes. Oh man. It feels so tight, the steering and everything. I mean, it's only done 5 miles, hasn't it? But oh man, it feels good. Right, let's not push our luck. I don't believe that the brakes work. I've got myself a new Ford Capri. Yes, go on! It's about time we spent a bit more money, and look what it's got us. Good clean and a bit of screwing in a few bits of plastic and we'll be down the road, man. What more could any man want than a 1986 black Ford Capri? I don't know. I'm pretty sure that used to say laser. It definitely didn't say loser. Could have said loser, maybe. No, it definitely said laser. Definitely said laser. I can't believe how just well it all goes. Drives so tight and nice, and the brakes are all working, and it just, there's nothing's binding, nothing's stuck, which is handy because this getting those wheels off is going to be an absolute nightmare, isn't it? I'm tempted to do with the locking wheel nuts as a trick where you undo 3 of the wheel bolts a little bit and the other one should work itself out if you drive it round for a bit. So I'm tempted, but we'll see when we need to. I think the first thing we need to do though is to rid the car of all of its stuff inside and get this thing a bit more sanitary. Give it a clean, see what we've got lurking underneath, you know, try and de-rust this engine bay, you know, get rid of all the crap, and then we can get it inside up on the ramps and see exactly what we've got ourselves. The dust coming off this thing when you're jumping out of it has got to be toxic, surely. So what have we learnt then? Well, a couple of things. The first thing though is that this thing runs and drives brilliantly. The second thing though is the clutch is slipping, so it's not as brilliantly as I'd like. It is an adjustable clutch on this. We'll have a little play with that. At the moment the exhaust's red hot and it's right next to the exhaust, so we'll just leave that for the moment, but I think it's going to want the clutch. This strikes me as a car that's been owned by an old boy, and his driving has become a bit of a sort of clutch slippy, revvy sort of thing, you know. I think he's probably stopped driving it, parked it up. But yeah, so the clutch is going to want replacing, which isn't the worst job in the world on these at all, so I'm not too fussed about that. Now, it's annoying though, because I wish it would have been alright for a bit just to get an MOT on, which it still might be enough, because I want to think about doing other things with this engine. And anyway, what I'd like to do now, I think, is get this car emptied, have a look at everything that we've got inside, try and find ourselves locking wheel nuts, that sort of thing, and just really empty this car of all of its bits, all of its stuff, and then we can think about giving it a good vacuum, giving it a wash, getting it inside and putting it on the ramp, you know. The Capri is now empty, and I mean, condition wise, so nice, but needs a serious clean. But an interior that's going to come back to life, this is it, isn't it? You know what I mean? Really smart. It's all there. Look at the door cards at the back. This is going to clean up proper nicely. We have been afforded a lot of spares, lots of stuff that I think maybe he was gathering to do a bit of a restoration on, I don't know. A couple of important things. We have excellent condition bonnet trim that goes on the edge of the bonnet. That's a front bumper which is a little bit bent out of shape. This is an A-post repair panel, not this, that's a cage for radio, but this is an A-post repair panel, which again, super handy to have. These are 4 MOT in a cans, so I'm sure we'll use those when we take it down for a test or take it for a drive on the road. Spare wheel, pipes, cam cover, lights, and this, a data bank with alarm clock. There's battery's dead, what a shame. Recall, scroll, lock, time, erase. How good. Nice. And I think we've got all the sort of plastics and stuff as well, which is really good. Doesn't the Spitfire look nice? Still waiting for the head back for this. What a lovely day. Annoyingly though, no locking wheel nut. Bit of a pain. Every time I shut the door, more of the rust from the bonnet falls into the engine bay. Before I go home today though, there is one more very precarious job that I wouldn't mind doing. When I got this car, I decided that it's going to need boot hinges. Reason for why is that that one's completely snapped in half. So I bought 2 on eBay, and because this is not sealing properly and it's all a bit on the piss, and I'm worried if I move the car that the boot's going to fall off and damage it. So I'd like to put these on. Simple enough, yeah? No, but take the headlining out the back to get to those bolts. Now I'm going to fit this one here first, and you can see there that this is that bit and that's that bit, and it should be attached. Please don't fall on me, boot. It's only held up by that small stick. Okay, nice. This, of course, is the easy bit, though. I should probably paint these black before I put them on the car. Bloody helicopters, but... Oh. Helicopters making all that noise. Yeah, I probably should, because they're yellow. However, this tailgate is going to have to come off completely at some point soon-ish, in the future maybe, to do that rust over there. So I'll do it all then and put new seals on things, if the underneath's okay, because that's going to seal the deal for this car. But I'm quietly confident. Right, do you want to do the inside bit? I'll stay out here. No? Okay. Do these fold down, I wonder? Probably doesn't make any difference. I'm going to die either way, aren't I? Oh God, what the hell was that? Okay, so how to remove headliner 101. There's some screws here, so let's start with those. Oh God, it's really easy to work on. My knees are on fire. Ah. Why don't we just come out of there? Miserable thing. Right, I can skip. There's access to the headliner there though. Don't fall to bits. Oh yes. Peel away. Ah, disgusting. The dust. Okay, get out. Ah. Crumbliest, flakiest headlining. Problem is it's all rusty and horrible up here, and it's meant that the headlining has turned to cheese over the years. That's them, isn't it? Can I get some? Can I just slide something in there? Come on. Found out where all the sort of spiders have been living, and it's pretty much on this hinge. But yeah, that's the old one there. Look, all in 2 bits. This is a new one, and I think that one wants replacing as well, because it's now bent because this one's come off. So that's a bit of a shame, isn't it? But I guess I'll bolt this one back in, and then I'll try and attach it to this, and then at least we'll be held up by 2 hinges, and it might not be as precarious. Bloody hell, considering that was only 4 bolts, it's amazing how difficult I made it seem. There is some adjustment on these, so I've just got to get the other side done, because again I think that's bent, and I think you can tell if you sort of look at this gap here and then you look at that gap over there. I'm going to need to do that one as well. Bit of wood's not holding it up, look. Now I didn't change this one because there was a fair bit of adjustment, and I'm not sure that it's actually bent. I think it's just out of adjustment, but it might be bent. It might be. It's not in great shape, but I've got another one if I need to change it, you know, so let's just worry about something else, because it's not desperate. That can go over there until the next car. Will it close though? It's amazing that those struts still work, isn't it? Yeah, closed. There's a bit of a gap around the edges. Needs a bit more adjustment. But yeah, it's closed, and it's not going to fall off. This side's all right. Yeah, I think that hinge is definitely not how it should be. I've just dug the history out, what I got with the car, and apart from a old style V5 and then the original bill of sale from Hyde Road in Denton, Crown Point Car Sales, 1,750 balance, 695 discount, 246. God, it's a big percentage discount, that, isn't it? 2495, and that was 1993 by the looks of it. So the car would have been 7 years old. And then let's have a look at the MOTs. So it's doing all. I'm sure there's 99 in there. So right, Anyway, 98. I'm sure I just saw 99. This car was taken off the road in 1999. That's on the MOT history thing online, I think. Nothing since when it went digital. And it had done 31,533 then. And it was doing approximately in... This is... Why is it so windy? This is 1998, so the year before it done 31,061. So it was doing 500 miles a year. 1997, 29,854, so less, so 200 miles. And then in 1996, 26, so it did 3,000 miles then. And then in 95, 21,253, when it was 8 years old. Or 9 years old. Really, really cool. But anyway, legitimacy of the mileage of this car. Really, really pleased. I mean, it still could be a WYNNE, couldn't it? But I don't think it is. Might get it on the ramp tomorrow and there'll just be like a huge welding seam all the way across the middle. Right, I'll put it there. Check out my paperwork, by the way. This is how good I am at organisation. These are all of my cars and I have all of my V5s and books and everything. That's a panhard there, look. Yeah, do try and keep things as organised as I can, you know, because it can get complicated, especially when HMRC can knock in. Another day, another round of putting air in tyres that have gone flat. And I don't know if you can tell by my voice as well, but I've actually woken up today with chronic botulism. I think it's that, I don't know. And I'm sure it's from the interior of this car, which is potentially quite toxic. So today, I'm going to dedicate the entire day to cleaning it up, making it a bit nicer. Starting with pulling those two front seats out, which is the worst job in the world. I hate taking seats out of cars, because you're all like this, and then your hat falls off. Let's get the tools. Let's just reacquaint ourselves with what exactly it is we're dealing with here. And if you've ever taken seats out of cars and you think, oh, it's easy taking seats out of cars, then you've never taken seats out of a classic car. Taking seats out of modern cars is easy, but old cars, everything is rusty and it does not want to come out. But it'd be really nice. Oh, I need that. But it'd be really nice to get this thing cleaned up, put back together, and everything under there reattached, glove box and stuff. That'd be really cool. And I can just see if I am missing anything. Right, let's start with this one. Oh God. Will it go back any further? Should I be wearing gloves? Like a Meccano set in here. What the hell is that? Looks like a dead cat under here. Oh God, okay. See if I can make my life more enjoyable. One interesting thing that this might show me as well is how good the floor of the car is without having to look underneath it. Oh God, come on. A little bit further. There you go. I did a Ford Escort a while ago, Mark III Escort, and I remember when I took the seat out, I undid one of the bolts and then a big chunk broke off of the floor, just started spinning around. But that is a bolt that has come out amazing. That is another bolt that has come out amazing. Right, go back. Oh yeah. Right, this one looks incredibly rusty. Oh my God. The Lord is smiling upon us today. What's that? Oh, it wasn't a dead cat, it was I thought it was a tail of a dead cat, but it was a brush. If this undoes now, then this will be the easiest seat I've ever taken out of a car. retract everything that I said. Providing the classic car isn't really rusty, you can get the seats out. Ugh, what was that? Okay, don't breathe in it. Don't breathe it in. Ugh. Let's see if this seat wants to play by the rules. Ugh. Just grease those runners up while we've got it out as well. Okay. Use all of your strength. Just stops there. Doesn't go any further. But there's nothing in the track stopping it. Come on. Ugh. I can't see any bolts either. Spray glue. Sniff that later, be nice. Make us hopefully forget all about this. Right, I'm going to have to get in it, aren't I? Okay. Told my doctor I wouldn't do this again. Okay. Fuck. Where's the thing gone? Wow. Well, that was one that I thought was going to be the rustiest. And it hasn't done. Okay. Oh God, that's definitely going to snap. Oh. Now I unretract all of my statements. Now you can see taking seats out of classic cars. Oh, I have to drill that out. Put a nut and bolt in it. Something, I don't know. That one was easy. And that one was easy. At least we had 3 that came out. Okay. Gross. It's pretty gross. Pretty gross. Got the back seat base out. That was held in with 1 screw. These 2 laid back lukes here. Pretty good. I've decided though to leave these in because they're too complicated to get out. Too many levers and things. So I'm going to clean them in the car. Oh, is that a free socket? What is it? Oh my God. That's a 10mm socket. Oh my God. Keep that. Yeah. So I suppose we better get hoovering. Right. Where's Henry? Come on, Henry, you lazy bastard. Get over here. It's time to do some hoovering. I think that was a spare for that. Cool. If you're wondering why I'm hoovering this up rather than just pressure washing it onto the floor, I just in case I miss any little screws or anything, I just don't want to end up with any more punctures on my fleet of cars than I already have, you know, because I've got a lot. Hello, this is voiceover Ben. I just wanted to ask you to do me a quick favour, and if you haven't hit subscribe, if you could just do that while I'm doing all this boring stuff. If you could just like open up the, you know, the YouTube bit and hit the subscribe button, that would be dead cool. and it would really help me out. And in the description of the video you'll find some links to some stuff. If you want to buy some cool Tasty Classics merch, like the kinds that I'm flashing on the screen right now, then you can also buy that sort of stuff from there, which again would massively help me out, you know. So if you fancy doing that, great. If you don't, just hitting the subscribe button, leaving a comment, leaving a like, that would help me just as much. Well, maybe not just as much, but kind of just as much. So if you can do that, that'd be great. There is also a Patreon. Patreon is the best. I love Patreon. It allows me to spend a little bit more money and a little bit more time on these cars and projects to make everything go swimmingly. And it's really, really handy. And the people on there are amazing. They get access to different videos. So when I go and pick these cars up a couple of weeks before these big videos go out, they get to see them and we sort of have a quick look at them, and I tell them about how I got them and all that sort of stuff. So there is exclusive content on there on the Patreon. If you want to go on there, then great, and we'll send you stickers and all that cool bits. It's a very, very cool thing. If you're a millionaire, or if you're just dead flesh, go on there and do the thing, because that's great. But again, if you can't afford to do it, don't worry, just hit the subscribe button and stuff. That'll be great. Okay, thank you. The wonderful Patreons also get their names on the side of a car, so hang fire until we wash this thing, and hopefully, if you have been a Patreoneer, you'll see your name on the side of the car. That was genuinely starting to depress me. That horrible graft, hard work, dirty, smelly. But the interior is starting to look a lot better. Oh, I need to wipe that. Forgot, bloody hell. Yeah, nice. Next stage is the wet vac, and then more wiping down windows, and then rebuild. It's going to be fun, isn't it? Don't know where any of the screws are or anything. Just have to make it up as I go along, I think. Hope it's all over there. This is Henry Wash. Say hello, Henry. Shy. I'm going to use this to clean up the carpet and the back seats, and then we're going to move on to these things, which I'm going to dry vac first and then hit with this. Very nice. I like using this. This is good fun. It's got like a little spray trigger. Look, watch. See it? Oh shit. So cool. Right, let's get to it. I'm going to make a start on these seats now, but first I would like to introduce you to a couple of things that we haven't seen since last year. These are my legs. Temperatures have soared in the last sort of hour or so, so I put my shorts on for the first time this year. Definitely the most sort of unrewarding and hardest day is the interior. They're all done and they're looking really nice. Good condition seats, them, aren't they? Really cool. Oh, and then you look back at the car and you go, oh god, there's still so much more to do in the world of this car. The boot though, it's time to remove my bottle of water and refit some parts. I'm going to start with the boot because it's the easiest. Just going to give a couple of things a hoover and a wipe down and put them in. Jack's in, all buttoned up there, nice. And the boot thing's in, very cool. There's 2 boot mats, isn't there? So, I don't know, might as well put both in maybe. Is it supposed to have 2? I don't think so. Just so I was putting everything back, I've noticed that all the screws are missing out of this bit here. So, I'm going to find some screws and put those in. Nice, 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 nice. Nice. More solid. Just cleaning this fabulous rare parcel shelf, and it's a bit, in places it's all sort of like decayed and stuff, and the paint's gone off it and things. And I can do something about that, but I've only got black paint. I haven't got any grey paint. I've got special like leather paint, which I think is going to work really well on that. It's going to be okay though in black, I'm sure. I'll do it and we'll find out. Nicely, this stuff is drying a lot lighter, which is really cool. And I think it's going to look like brand new when it goes in the car. Which is excellent. It takes a steady hand though, you know. Not rushing it, we're just taking our time, sitting outside this nice weather. It's lovely, isn't it? Makes a change from the videos where it's sort of -3 and pissing it down, but I don't mind those, of course. Bit of change is as good as a rest, isn't it? So while I'm doing this, I thought we would chat about what my plans are for this Ford Capri. There's a big bit of me that just says do a nice restoration on it. It's very low mileage, you've got all the paperwork, do a very nice sort of sympathetic restoration and sell it for 10 grand, 12 grand. Paint it and everything, and financially that's probably quite sensible. However, I'm not known for being sensible. So I was sort of racking my brains last night thinking of where do I want to go with this car, what do I want to do with it, you know. It needs stuff, it needs a lot of welding, it needs a lot of painting, the whole car wants painting. But I really enjoyed doing that Spitfire, and the thing is I have genuinely wanted a Capri for ages, and I didn't particularly want a 1.6 Capri. However, I could sort of throw that engine in the bin, put a really fast engine in it, and I think that would make quite interesting content, because if you've seen some of the other videos, I've been sort of talking about doing engine swaps and stuff for a while, and I think that would be a really good candidate for my first sort of engine swap, especially with the gearbox that it's got. So I am tempted, and I think that might be the route. But how would we get there? What would we do? Well, I think the most sensible way of approaching it would be to get an MOT on the car first, because it's a 1986, it still needs an MOT, which is going to involve a bit of welding, probably sorting the clutch out, and anything else that it needs, which I guess the MOT guy will tell us, but I'm not sure yet. Until we get it up in the air, I really don't know. But I think that would be the smart move. Get an MOT on it as it is, with the engine and gearbox and stuff that it's got, and do a big service on that engine and just make it so I could drive round in it with that engine. And then once I've done that, I could start thinking about the bodywork and all that sort of stuff, and make the bodywork all nice, and maybe do a bit of a series on painting it like we did with the Spitfire. And then I'd have a very nicely painted Capri with an MOT, and we could do a little series on making it the Capri of my dreams, which would be pretty much that, pretty much in black, with a mega sound system. Big sound system would be nice in it, because I'm a bit of a chav at heart. 170 horsepower would be lovely. Manual gearbox. That's it really. I kind of like how it looks. I don't want to change the wheels, don't want to change anything else. I think it all looks nice, all, you know, just nice creature comforts of a wicked stereo and 170 horsepower. And being very, very clean. And then I'd enjoy that car then. So that might be the way forward. But that will probably happen over the next, I don't know, year or so. It's not going to happen in 2 weeks like the Spitfire, because the majority of the work on the Spitfire had already been done. But you will be seeing more episodes of this Capri as I sort of do stuff. But the thing is because I want to keep it and make it nice, I want to do stuff like put nice parts on it. I want to put new tyres on it rather than sort of the cheapest tyres I can find, you know. It's going to be a few things like that. I'm going to have to spend some money on it, so it's going to take a little while to do. I want to do the welding nicely. I want to weld in new arches and stuff instead of just filling them. Jobs like that. So there's going to be a few episodes on it, I think. But I'm glad I got one. And I'm looking forward to getting this bloody interior finished as well. This has come out so well. Couldn't have asked for any better. Why won't it fit? Oh, come on. Okay, right. Where's the thing? Ah, nice, nice. I mean, you can't really tell through this disgustingly dirty window, but that is an immaculate parcel shelf. So nice. Okay, those bits in there. Doesn't look like a lot of fun, that, does it? Now, I didn't film any of that because I didn't enjoy it. There's nothing quite like the feeling of lying underneath a dashboard in a black car while the sun beats down on it. And yeah, it was a little bit stifling at times. Anyway, the interior's done. Although I haven't put the seats back in yet, because I don't want to do that until tomorrow because they're still a little bit wet. So I'm going to put the seats in tomorrow, and I'm a bit tired. And I need to drill a hole out, drill a bolt out. But apart from that, have a look. Now, you could be mistaken to think here that you were looking at a brand new Ford Capri, whereas in fact it is the one that you were looking at not so long ago. All the interiors back in. We have cigarette facilities, we have glove box facilities, we have a place for banging tunes to go. Steering wheel's looking mint, everything's looking mint. That door card over there is looking mint. These door cards in the back, these seats here, everything absolutely stunning. All this business really nice. I need to put that back round there properly. I'll do that in a minute. And yeah, the clock works. That's incredible, isn't it? So nice. So nice in here. It's going to be ace with the seats back in. It's going to look really smart. I do like the sun, but just not all the time. Just have a cloud or two, please. God. I'm going to tidy up, pack up, go home, get in the shower, because it's been a very dirty, very difficult day. And then tomorrow, we're going to come back and we're going to have a little go at the outside, but not too much on the outside because, well, it is what it is. And then, yeah, we're going to get her inside, get up on the ramps, attempt to take these wheels off and see what it's like underneath, more importantly. See you in a few seconds. Oh, hello. I'm drilling a seat bolt out. Good morning. Okay, some of us didn't make it, you know. I'm just going to drop that through there with the seat in, and hopefully we'll be able to tighten it from underneath when we get the car up on the ramp. I'm going to give this a hoover, and I'm going to put all the seats back in. The interior is now complete, and whoa! God, it looks like brand new. Let's just remind ourselves of what it looked like only a mere 3 years ago. That's what it feels like anyway. What is this weevil doing? There you go, on your way. I've given the headline and all the sun visors and stuff a good scrub as well. I've run out of the cleaning stuff which I use, so I need to get some more, because there's still, it could maybe a little bit more, but it's absolutely fine, I think. Oh man, it's so nice. Where's the keys? Oh, they're inside. It's just beautiful. The whole thing is beautiful. I love it. Missing that little bit from there. Don't know where it is. Annoying. Don't want to try the sunroof, but one day. Nothing beats a good auto glim floor mat as well, does it? Look at that. You can put your phone there. God, it's so good. Ashtray. Everything. So nice. I love it. I could just see myself in this, you know, just cruising down the road. I love it. Does that go back any? Oh god, as far as that chair goes back. Oh, it's so nice. Okay, let's cue the music, get the jet wash out, and we'll say a thank you to all of the new patrons that have joined since the last video, last big car resurrection video, which was the Rover P6, which is sat over there. Still waiting for the head back. Hopefully we'll be soon though.
Soft, turn the key and cooler on. Push a pause for relief. Free pass, you don't even have to ask to be the cat in the sun. Someday I will see the whole deal through today. I've got better things to do, okay, to leave a little bit undone and be the cat in the sun. Be the cat in the sun. every empty spreadsheet whining, loosen up on the grind, simmer down, settle back and mess around, be the cat in the sun someday.
She's looking good. She might need to dry out a bit in here, but she's looking good. That patio setting works amazing for just sort of degreasing everything. Very, very good. A few people ask me why I use that, because it takes paint off and all that sort of stuff, but I kind of want to see what's underneath. The car's going to want painting at some point, so you might as well get as much off as you can, you know. That's why I use it. It's very good. Pretty powerful. How's this parcel shelf doing? Oh yes, like brand new. Got a bit of wasp action there as well. I hope he decides to do one and not try and live there. So yeah, I'm going to give it a wipe down, let it dry off, and do the windows. Of course, no interior refresh would be complete without the 3.99 Tasty Classics air freshener. Smells of cut grass. I wanted one that smelled like 2050, but they don't make those. So cut grass it is. Beautiful. Now it hasn't run for a couple of days and I've just completely soaked all of the electronics. Do we reckon it's going to run? Our survey says unkillable. Absolutely sweet as a nut, this. Gorgeous thing. Engine bay's looking great as well, isn't it? Now it's dried out a touch. It's very tidy. Needs a rattle can throwing at it, but it's clean, it's nice. There's no big holes anywhere, you know. Decent. I've got to get this sexy old Ford into the workshop. I want to be able to take these wheels off. There is locking wheel nuts on, which I don't have a locking wheel nut key for. In a sort of Mythbusters fashion, I would like to try something I've seen on the internet. If I back off the other 3 bolts, just like a little amount, a few threads, and then I drive the car, because I've got to get that one past, so I'm going to take this for a couple of spins around the yard. Apparently these things will back themselves out. I don't know, I get it, kind of. Worst thing is it's going to snap a stud and we'll have to put a stud in it, but I mean, you know, I want to try it, I'm bored. Okay, the socket that was on there, what's that doing? Oh, it's just attached to the wheel bolt, okay. Back that out a few threads. And that one. I've ordered a new set of wheel bolts for this as well, which is cool. Got the feeling this one might already be out some of the way, but I just can't get any purchase on it with anything. Oh no! Oh yes! That's one down. Amazing. Right, well I'll tighten these ones back up then. As if by magic, this one just came out as well, was already backed out a bit. This is great, isn't it? Right, to make sure these are tight. Now I can already see that one's recessed in a lot. Okay, let's see if this thing works. I think that tyre has finally given up the ghost. Poor thing. It just, yeah, didn't last 2 minutes then. Right, in the air. Let's have a quick look in these arches before we do anything else. That's that hole that we could see from inside the bonnet. What's it like down there? I can't see. You can see better than me. It's all right though, isn't it? Yes, look at that. Okay. Oh, nothing. A wire brush and a bit of Schultz won't sort. What's that like? Has that gone through? No, again, wire brush, bit of Schultz, hopefully, depending on how hard Mr. MOT man hits it. Spring looks okay. All right. Whoops! Oh, bloody hell! Some bits in there, but nothing to worry about. I can hear this tyre hissing away. Nice. Is the brake stuck on? No, perfectly free. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Over at the rear of the vehicle. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Oh, man alive. We're buying solid cars again. I need to buy something rusty. Get a reputation. I mean, it's going to want a set of arches, isn't it? But I mean, you could do a set of arches, or you could do a bit of expanding foaming. But yeah, probably a couple of arches would be nice. Chassis looks all right. It's had a lot of paint and stuff on it. Really good. That exhaust there's a bit bent, but looks newish. What about this one? Yeah, it's free-ish. Don't think the wheel bolt trick worked. Okay. It's valance under the back, very nice. A little bit down there, a little bit down there. It's definitely had paint at some point on this quarter. You can see all the bubbles and stuff, but that's okay because it's going to get painted again. What's inside here? Oh God, look. Oh yes. Pure no hole routine. What about that down there? That looks a little bit crusty. Again, we'll sand that down and we'll get a bit of Schultz on it before he gets a chance to prod too hard. That's your seatbelt anchorage there, and that's rust. Surely that's not an MOT fail, but I don't know. I'm not an MOT tester. Look at this tyre. Oh, that one worked. It worked. Okay, well, we've only got one to try and get off then, providing that's easily removed now. Oh, very interesting. Okay. That one does turn a bit, though. Very well. I wonder if this thing's got an LSD. We'll do it when we're up in the air. Am I going to forget? I think you test an LSD by... I don't think it will have an LSD being at 1.6, but if I spin one wheel on an open diff, if I spin this one that way, that one will spin the opposite way. If I spin this one with an LSD, they should both spin the same way. Ah, that hasn't got an LSD. Shock. It might have a torsion diff, but I don't think it has, because that's the torsion one. I think the limited slip of the diff sort of comes in a bit later. Doesn't do it straight away for when you're sort of tooting around corners and stuff. What about this one? I got a bit there, but again, it's probably just a case of a bit of Schultz and a good wire brush. What's it like in there? You have a look. I'll watch this back later with great anticipation. You can see that one up there getting a little bit like this. Hey, look at that though. Oh my God, it's like brand spanking new. Have to get a bit on there. Oh, coil spring. I don't know. I mean, I'd love to stick a set of coilovers on the front and some... I don't know what you do with leaf springs. What about this one? Spins round beautifully. Oh, nice. And again, this wing's like... Apart from that tiny little bit there, it's pretty mint, isn't it? Doors and everything. we could be alright with this one, couldn't we? A little bit there. The Mini I did was a million times worse than this. Up there, what do we like? Usually rot central, but again, nothing that a wire brush and a bit of Schultz wouldn't sort. It's very, very clean. Oh, happy days, happy days. The fuel tank again, very tasty. Is that? Because I thought this was hanging a bit low, and you can see it sort of snapping there, so we'll be in need of a different back box, I think. Probably passing MOT though. Look at those brake lines. They've been done at some point, definitely. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I wonder if he's gonna pass those. New centre section. Oh, look at his chassis legs. Oh wow. Oh, right, inner sills. Where are we up to? Oh wow, look at that. Oh wow, right, yeah, we've got to get some underseal on this, pretty sharpish, but mileage again, isn't it? You know, this is just what we're aiming for. This is that bit inside, so I'd have to take all the carpet and stuff out and put a plate over that. Look at the sill. Inner sill on that side is immaculate. The floor. Oh yeah. So good. So good. What about on this side? Oh, so nice. Looks like a little bit crusty there, maybe. Again, we'll get some stuff on it. Oh, look at this. Look at all this. So clean. This is the beautiful gearbox that hopefully is going to make all my dreams come true in terms of massive power. It's detachable bell housing as well. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Oh, so good. There's the clutch. I'll have a go at adjusting that, but I think the clutch just has gone. Makes sense as well, because it was super hilly where this car was from. It's a bit crusty there. Ooh, I won't push that too hard. A little wire brush and a bit of black stuff. Oh yeah. Right, what the hell is that? Why is there this? I mean, that's a super handy bit of kit. I don't know why I've been gifted it and why it's attached to the bottom of this car. It makes no sense. No sense at all. Ah, do you know what I think it might be? This looks like it's been changed. Oh, and that's changed as well without a bolt in it. Interesting. Yeah, that's been changed, and he's had to pull that out the way or pull it down on his own, and he's used this to do it and just left it on there. New calipers, brake pipes and everything look half decent. Oh man. A shame this isn't a 2.8 V6, isn't it? That'd be nice. Look at it all, look at the chassis there. Oh, got a bit there. Interesting, okay. Sorry about that, mate. We've come to the end of this Capri revival, this Capri resurrection. 25 years this thing was sat just outside someone's house, just waiting for someone like me to come along and turn its fortunes around. The interior, I'm just over the moon with. It's so good, and it's pretty much finished. There's nothing I need to do to that interior. It's pretty much spot on. The exterior, it's going to need paint at some point. It might get through an MOT without having to do much in terms of bodywork. There's some bits that might need welding and stuff, A-pillar there and stuff, but I don't know. I might, in the next episode, see if Rob, my MOT guy, see if we can, well, maybe get the car serviced, get the clutch done, and then we'll drive it over to his, and we'll have a chat with him about the arches and stuff, and see from an MOT standpoint what it would actually need before we go and put it in for an MOT. Because one of the things I don't want is for this to go on the MOT ramp and the MOT history just be decimated, you know? If it gets its first MOT with only a couple of bits, that'd be very, very nice. Compared to how it was, the thing is a bit of a different car now. Everything's back together and it's running and driving beautifully, apart from the clutch. Still needs a service and stuff, and we're gonna have to put tyres on it. I'm gonna make a note of the tyre size, and when I get home, I'm gonna have a look on the laptop and see what tyres I fancy putting on this thing. We'll put some brand spanking new ones on, maybe. No, it deserves it, it deserves it. It's super solid underneath, 32,000 miles. I was hoping it was going to be. You know, I did my research, I hoped it was gonna reward me, and it has. As a starting point for my project Capri, the Capri of my dreams, I've got a really good solid base and I'm super excited about it. What do you think though? Let me know in the comments. Do you like this? Anything else that you would do to it? Anything else that you would add on to it? You can buy LSDs for this for about 600 quid. They just chuck them in, I think. I've never done it before, but that's what the internet says. So yeah, what do you reckon to it? Do you like it? Good addition to the fleet? And speaking of addition to the fleet, I'm going to have to start thinning out some cars. Not that one though, because I really like that one. And I want to do some more stuff to it, and I'm enjoying driving it. It's just very, very cool. I've been doing a load of other bits on it recently, just like putting the seal back on the roof and just like a few other little bits just to, again, make it quite nice. Still can't work out how the window is supposed to go up and down with these on, because you've got to get out the car and do loads. It takes ages. It's a pain in the arse. And I've done the rest of the rivets as well, because someone did ask. This one though, as soon as this one's done, if I get it running and driving beautifully, this is going to be up for sale. I'm going to give it a polish, we're going to make it look nice, and we're going to send it down the road. It's a great car. I love it. However, I can't afford to keep them all. I wish I could. But I've got another Rover here. This Rover, I do like a little bit more. It's got a bit more history with the channel, with us. There's a lot of episodes getting this thing going. And it's a beast. And I really like it. And I'm in the middle of doing a pretty interesting episode on that. It might take a while to get out. Not selling that, need it for towing. Not selling that, need it for being an undercover agent. That big orange motorhome, sadly, isn't mine. I wish it was, but it isn't. This big orange V8 pickup truck is mine, and I absolutely love it, and you'd have to pry it out of my cold dead hands. I need it. I need that because of the V8 and the bins. I need it. I have to have it, you know? Like Taylor Swift taking all the private jets. That's my carbon footprint. This, though, with its sad tyre, sad bumper, I've just got other stuff I'd rather put on the road, and this thing, no, not many people sort of watched it. It's a cool bus, but it's a few days work and a fair bit of money in parts that I'm not sure I can justify. So if you're watching it and you want this Frontera, send me an email. The email address is in the description of the video, and just tell me what you want to pay for it. Inside the little shed, there's a Talbot Sunbeam 90, which is going to be the subject of the next Left 4 Dead. I'm going to try and get it running and driving, which I'm super excited about. But then that's going to go straight up for sale. And I should be left with a few nice cars. It's so good to see a Capri in the garage. It really is. Oh, I love it. So thanks for watching. And look, I love you all. You're brilliant. It's been great. It's great fun doing this. I love reading all of your comments. You know, I'm keeping up with what you're doing and stuff. It's great. And yeah, I hope you're enjoying this sort of stuff. It's a bit of fun. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. And I will see you in the next video, probably next Friday. I'm not sure what it's going to be though. But yeah. Capri Laser. I'll see you soon. Bye.